Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Deluxe class Decepticon Dragstrip from the Transformers Legacy line from Hasbro. Very excited to get this guy, our first Stunticon for the new Menasor. You can see he's got this little logo on top, 1 of 5. Some nice artwork here on the side. You have a kind of body shot for Dragstrip and then a close-up headshot. You have a nice bit of artwork here for the vehicle mode on the front. We have that plasticless packaging, so the window is open. You can reach in and touch the figure. Over here on this side, we have the Decepticon half of the Legacy mural. And then on the back, we have, again, the robot mode and the vehicle mode. Not too much going on the top or the bottom. And then we have the little QR code here for the tech specs, which is pretty cool. So very, very excited for this guy. I'm going to go ahead, get him out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here he is out of the packaging, and he's fantastic. I absolutely love him. Really not a ton of kibble, which I think is fantastic. He's got these wheels on the back shoulder. Not a big deal. I think on the cartoon and the original toy, they were just vertical, but it makes sense with the way it transforms. You'll see that in a minute. And then he's got these little like pauldrons up here, which is not a big deal. I think the original character model on the show didn't have anything like that, but certain allowances must be made. And really, they knocked it out of the park with this guy. He looks so good. I love the head sculpt. I think that looks really good. You have that visor there. Nice orange paint there on the side of the head. Silver paint for the face looks really, really sharp. You have all this silver paint here for the engine block. Some nice paint up here. You'll see that more in vehicle mode. But it's really great. He looks phenomenal. Now the head can swivel side to side. It doesn't really have any kind of movement there. The piece will swing into the chest and you'll see how that works. And you can get a little bit of play from that in robot mode, but really it's just a swivel side to side. You can move these around a little bit. They're on kind of a ball joint there, as you can see. So if you want to angle them a little bit, you can, depending on, you have a little bit of movement there if you want to angle them a little differently. But I think they look good there, just like that. You have a swivel here in the shoulder, as well as a hinge. Bicep swivel. You have a little over 90 degrees there in the elbow, not much. Nothing in the wrist, the hand, and the forearm is one solid piece. You have a waist swivel here. You have nice range of motion to the back for the hip. Kick a little bit forward. I think it's weird that it's backwards, but I think it's just the way the crotch plate is kind of molded. But you can kick pretty far forward. Definitely kick out to the side, no problem. You have a thigh swivel there. You have pretty much 90 degrees in the knee, maybe not quite. And then you do have some ankle tilt as well. But yeah, he looks really, really good. Comes with these two blasters. They are mostly black with a little bit of metallic purple painted on. They look very nice. You have a couple options with them. Obviously, he can dual wield them, as you see there. You can also kind of peg them together. They're exactly the same. They both have these two pegs on them, and then they have two peg holes on the other side. So if you want to go ahead and sandwich these together, you can kind of make one larger gun. I think it looks a little weird. I think dual wielding them is definitely the better option, but I like that they give you that option. Also, you can take them and store them on the back of the legs if you want. This is really just where they peg into for the vehicle mode. But if you want, you can put both of them on the back of the legs if you want to hide them out of sight. I'm just going to go ahead and take them off for now. But yeah, he really, really looks good. I think they did such a good job. Very, very happy with this guy. Very, very like original show accurate, which I think is what they're really going for with Legacy. Because I feel like if you're going to redo the Stunticon team since you did them, I guess it has technically been like 6 years since Combiner Wars, which is crazy to think. But if you're going to redo them, I think making them as cartoon accurate as possible is a great idea. And they've done a really nice job so far. So let's go ahead, let's get into the transformation. So transformation is pretty simple. We're going to start by coming to the arms, and you have these pieces here on the forearm that you're just going to swivel around 180 degrees, straighten out the arm. And then this wheel piece is going to swing down and kind of fill that empty space. So we're going to do that again on the other side. Swivel that around and then swivel this piece down to fit into place. Then we are going to come to this chest section here, and this is going to unpeg and swivel down like so. And then we're going to go ahead and rotate that head in, and you should hear that click into place so that that all is flush right there. Then we're going to take the arm sections, kind of the whole shoulder, everything. You can see right here, there's kind of like a little notch that fits into the arm, so you want to kind of bring that out. And then this whole thing is going to come up like that. So we're going to do that again on both sides. We're going to take these pieces here and rotate them to the side on that little ball joint. And then we're going to bring this up and peg these together. So these are going to, you can see that there is a tab slot right there, and there's a tab, and then of course right there and there. So just line these up. Now you kind of have to bring these in because you also have this tab slot right here. And then there's kind of a, you can see the tab. Let me just zoom in here a little bit. You can see the tab right there. So you kind of have to lift this up so that this fits in there as well. So that kind of sits there. And then you can do the same with this one over here. And then you can kind of snap these all together here like so. And that gives you pretty much the entire front of the car, of the race car, I should say. We're going to take this piece here and swivel this around 180 degrees. And then we're going to bring this down and peg this in here. And now we definitely have the entire front of the race car. So that really works out very well. The legs are pretty simple to finish up. We're going to spin this 180 degrees at the waist. We are going to peg the legs together like so. Flip up the toes to become the back spoiler. Then you're going to open up this section here. And this is very Combiner Wars, where we're going to swivel the legs down like so on these joints. Tuck that in there. You can see that there's kind of these little latches right here that are going to fill in right there. And then we're just going to close this up like so. And there you go. We have our race car. Really, really looks nice. I think they did a great job. Very reminiscent of the original toy. It was very much just kind of a rectangle on wheels with a giant spoiler. But I'm okay with it. I mean, like I said, very reminiscent of the original toy. I like it a lot. Rolls very well. You can bring those guns back in and peg those into those spots that used to be the back of the legs and are now just the top of the race car. So if you'd like to put them on there, you certainly can. And the cool thing about this, if you've seen any of the pictures for Menasor, it's going to be very much like on the show, where you just slap this onto Menasor's arm, because that's exactly how it was in the cartoon. With Combiner Wars, they had to kind of transform this into the arm on its own, but that's not how it's going to work for Menasor. Basically, Motormaster's entire trailer kind of becomes the skeleton, and then you're just going to slap this on. So you can see you have these kind of pegs right here and here and here, and that's what that's going to be for. But there's also a little spot right here, and if I take something and kind of pop this in here, what's meant to happen is when you plug this into Menasor, there's going to be a tab which depresses this tab inside, and then this will actually split apart. So if you notice any wobbliness around the waist, it's because of this. And the way this is going to work is you can either have it completely solid on the arm of Menasor, or if you want to give him an elbow, you can separate this, and then that way he can kind of have his elbow, and you can have one piece connected to the top section and one piece connected to the bottom section, and there'll be an elbow joint in the middle. So that's really cool. I think that's a neat bit of engineering there, because it really doesn't detract from the vehicle mode or the robot mode in any way. It would be very possible to not even know that it was there. So I think that's very, very cool. And then you just pop this right back in, and then there you go. You're back to your car mode. So I like that a lot. I think that's a really neat little bit of engineering there. If you want to have the solid car on the arm of Menasor, you absolutely can. But if you want to use that spot right there to separate it and give him an elbow, that's going to be a possibility as well. I'm very, very excited for Menasor. Everything I've seen so far, he looks beautiful, and I cannot wait to get a hold of Motormaster. Even if I can't, make the full Menasor, I can still kind of have that frame with at least one arm, and I think that's going to be a ton of fun. So, love this vehicle mode, and I'm very excited for how it's going to integrate into Menasor. I absolutely love him. I really can't think of anything to complain about. He's fantastic. The robot mode's great. The vehicle mode's great. I'm very excited for his integration with Menasor. I think that's going to be amazing by the time it's done. So if you can find this guy, I highly recommend picking him up. I know it's a little difficult right now because Wave 1 isn't entirely out yet, but a lot more people are finding them at Targets and Walmart. So just keep checking. They'll be around eventually. Some people are already finding Wave 2. There was a report of somebody finding a Blitzwing already, so who knows. But yeah, I definitely am very excited for Wave 2, so I hope it gets here sooner rather than later, because I need Motormaster and I need Wild Rider. This guy is amazing. Like I said, really nothing to complain about. They did such a good job. When I first heard they were redoing the Stunticons, I thought to myself, but we have the Combiner Wars ones. I don't really need these again. I was wrong. These are definitely an improvement, definitely an upgrade, and honestly, they blow the Combiner Wars ones out of the water so far. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks so much for watching.